Hey guys, welcome to Vidovic Arts. I'm Josh, and now we're working on the artillery, which I posted quite a while ago. Now the reason why I haven't released this video anytime soon was because I worked on the previous video, or the models in the previous video being the orcs that you can customize. Now if you want to go check that out, you can check that out now and then come back to this video, or watch this video and then go to that video and check it out, because you will need parts from that model to complete the entire aesthetic of this one. So just bear in mind that this is kind of like you need both of those models to make this one, and it's really just one part that you need, honestly. It's one of the heads from the orcs in the other video, so you'll be able to choose one of the heads, and it's like, it seems like such a small thing, but yeah, you will definitely need that to complete this. So let's have a look at what the model is and how it was made. I used Maya to make this. I keep getting this question asked. I've actually put an FAQ together for my frequently asked questions over on my website, which is available in the description below. So if you have any questions about what I use, you'll be able to find them there, and you'll also be able to direct people there if they have these questions. So that's just something I thought I'd put together, because the same question keeps getting asked. Anyway, I started out with a cylinder, making it into a pipe, also known as the cannon's barrel. And with orcs, one of the cool things about them is they're kind of just slapped together things, hodgepodge kind of stuff, where you know, you've got a barrel already, but they've slapped armor because orcs, because maybe the barrel had been damaged, had to be straightened out or something like that. Or maybe this is a completely custom-made orc cannon barrel. It's completely up to you what you want to decide on what it is, but I've pretty much made the original barrel this cylinder, and I've gone and added cubes and kind of like formed them around the barrel itself. Now I have also added a bunch of rivets, so there are a lot of rivets, a lot of rivets on this, and I pretty much just centered the rotation point on the rivet itself to the center of the cylinder, and I could just easily duplicate it and spin it around and get 100 of them going. Now I've had a lot of people asking me for a tutorial on how to model things on the program that I use. Now honestly, I am probably not going to do this, and there's only one real reason why I'm not going to be making a dedicated tutorial, and it's because the program that I use is simply too expensive for people. I'm actually using a version from 2015, so yeah, even if I showed you a tutorial, it's already going to be out of date, because yeah, I need to jump into Blender if I'm going to be doing a tutorial. But honestly, I don't know how to use it myself, so I'm going to be watching a lot of tutorials on how to make models over there. But I highly suggest, if you want to work on models for yourself, look up Blender 3D tutorials, and it's completely free, so you know, use it to your heart's content, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to be able to grab models and customize them, and yeah, make things for yourself as well. Now this cannon is an AT gun. Now that stands for anti-tank. I kind of realized that the AT guns of today, they're more or less just artillery, but this gun I based off the Pak 40 from the World War II German side, so they had the anti-tank guns, and they're basically, you know, they're just these things that they could wheel around on the back of trucks and set them up and take out tanks with them. Now, in the 41st millennium, I doubt that this would even be a thing, but it is, because it's Warhammer 40k and they're still using World War I tanks, so whatever. This is pretty much, you know, it's an orc version of an AT gun, and I like it. I had a couple ideas that I wanted to use. Now, normally AT guns have wheels to make them easy to maneuver, so they would have wheels on the side of that armor plating, and they could strap the gun to the back of a truck with the legs that stand out to keep it from you know, being, when it fires, it doesn't flip over or anything like that. Those legs are also used as a trailer connector, which is really cool. But I thought that if this was an orc contraption, I doubt they would they would have a normal functionality. Now, my orcs are very big and strong, and if you have printed up any of them, you will have noticed this, and yeah, you would have taken note of that. So I decided that instead of wheels, I was going to have kind of like a carry frame. So to move this thing around, the orcs literally have to pick it up and rotate it and move it manually. And I thought this is just a really fun idea for for this AT gun. Now, you don't have to print this part. I have actually made it so it separates, and you can just keep it as it is. And well, I don't know how it's going to move without that carry frame, but yeah, you can print it without that, and it's completely up to you. I just was having a lot of fun making this. Now, one of the other things I have noticed with my models is the fact that I am rambling quite a bit. Now, I was going to talk about this frame here. Now, I've actually started working on some stuff this inspired me to work on some like terrain for orcs. Yeah, I don't really know what to say much more about it. It's pretty much walls and a bunch of, like, it's pretty much this thing right here, the armor plating. And I thought this would be a cool idea for people who like to make some terrain. I haven't made any orc terrain at all. And when I was working on that model, I also realized I haven't made an orc tower, like a dice tower. So I'll be working on an orc dice tower, and I think that might be how we finish up Orktober. Not 100% sure yet, but it's yet to be made, and I'm kind of inspired to do it, so I may as well get it done. Now, this entire print, it looks huge, but it's not a big print. I've done my best to make it printer friendly, but it will need supports. Very, very important. It does need supports, especially for the actual cannon mount. So where the armor plating is, that'll definitely need supports. But you can print the cannon separately, so you can print the barrel and the actual cannon fitting separately. So you don't have to use this entire model. It is all separatable, and you can customize it to whatever degree you want to. Now, one of the other things I did was I made a crew for this gun. I don't have the footage of me making it, but I said at the start of this video, you're going to need a model from the previous video, and that is the head of an orc. Now, one of these orcs are covering their ears because, you know, cannons are very loud, and the other orc is holding a shell. Now, this shell's really huge. I don't even know if it's the right size for this barrel, to be honest, but it's comically large. It's more for, like, massive, like, train artillery, if anything. So, yeah, if you want, you can print these guys, and there's two different versions. So there's a kneeling orc with the artillery shell, and a standing orc with an artillery shell. And I actually went above and beyond with these models. I've gone and I've customized them. I've like actually tweaked them, and I forgot to talk about this in the previous video. I sculpted them in ZBrush and made them really detailed. So hopefully you guys notice that and enjoy the amount of detail that are in the new orcs, because, you know, it took a while to do, but it was definitely worth doing. It shows in the final build. Now, this AT gun technically wouldn't work because there isn't like a cover for when you put the shell into the back of the gun. There isn't a cover for it. So my idea is they put it in there and they manually smack it with a hammer, and it fires the bullet, but it also would fire the shell backwards. I imagine it would work for orcs. I don't know how many successful hits they'd have, but they would definitely get a very fast rate of fire using this method, so hopefully you guys like that. Yeah, this is just a fun build. I have actually printed it up, but I haven't painted it. Now, I'll quickly grab it. So this is it here. You can see it's not too big. I mean, it's pretty sizable. I wanted to make sort of like a terrain fitting for this, so with a base and a whole bunch of shells that they'd previously fired. And here are the orcs. So here's the guy covering his ears, and here's the guy holding a shell. I'm using a blue filament all of a sudden, and it's a bit of a silky kind of filament. I kind of like it, just because it works. I bought some filament recently, and it screwed up my machines. Like, you have no idea how much it screwed it up, but yeah, I've got a blue filament now, so if you see and you're wondering why is it blue, it's just a different color. Yeah, you can see the difference in the size of my guys here. So we have my old orc, and this is the new one. This guy's kneeling, and I'm trying to match it up to the base here. He is actually taller than my old orc kneeling, and this is one of them standing. So they are quite big compared to the older orcs. But that will work very nicely when I work on the big orcs. I can't remember the name of them, but I've had a lot of requests for them. They're going to be the guys in the mech suits. I'm not sure what they're called, but they're almost war bosses. They're pretty big. And these guys will work really well with them, and I'm excited to bring those models to you as well. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this Orktober. I know I haven't been bringing a lot of models to the fold, but I'm planning to be uploading as much as I can before October ends. So hopefully you guys are staying tuned and enjoying my projects, my progress on the projects. And that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, feel free to like and share it with other people who might be interested. And hugely more important, thank you so much to my patrons who are supporting me over on Patreon. If you want to support me further, you can head over there and pledge a couple dollars per month. It's locked in now, it's per month. So you don't have to worry about per video or per month. If you have seen my older videos, just ignore what I said at the end of those videos. Huge thanks to you guys over on Patreon. So that's the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, stay awesome, guys. See ya.